Hi, this is Anna with Traffic Generation Cafe, and this is my new edition of Blog Audit Friday. Today we're talking about the Information Highway Information Highway card and gift shop. And the reason why I stumbled there is clearly because the name is a little bit too much of a mouthful. This is not a new blog that we're looking at today. It's existed since looks like July of 2010, and it belongs to Barba, which is a wonderful friend that has been around the blogosphere and has been very generous for gracing us many of the blogs around the blogosphere with his presence. However, even though he's very active, he comments on a lot of blogs, it seems like he's having a bit of a hard time getting his blog off the ground, and we are here to help him today. So, the first thing, as I already pointed, the Information Highway card and gift shop. Number one, it's a mouthful. Number two, it doesn't really tell me what the blog is about, and that's a big problem because when I'm a first-time visitor and I come to your blog, I want to know right away if there is a reason for me to stay or I should just click my back button very quickly. In this particular case, the blog looks very cold to me. It looks very generic. Cookie cutter, replicated, name it what you want, but I don't feel any warmth when I'm looking at this above fold capture of the blog. So, also, the tagline here says the Information Highway card and gift shop, anecdotes, fiction, sponsored by various card and gift services, cheese and wine, fruit gift baskets, printed cards, and flowers. Now, this gives me an idea that this blog wants to sell me something. But I'm still trying to understand what is the benefit in all of this for me. So, number one, I would definitely change the name of the website. Just to give you a heads up, Lou is a very good writer, fiction writer. He actually wrote a book, which is right here, The Village on the Edge of the Sea. If you haven't read it, I highly recommend you pick it up. It's really a wonderful read. But this is what I think about when I come to a blog like this. I'm thinking warm by the fireplace, cup of coffee or a glass of wine, something cozy. That's the kind of blog that I would like to see, and that's the kind of blog that probably would make me stay and read on. So, another thing is that there is no clear-cut theme to the blog. There are anecdotes, jokes, there's fiction, there is cheese and wine and fruit baskets. There is really no one topic, and that's a problem for both the users, the readers of the blog, as well as the search engines. Let's just quickly take a look at what Lou's blog is doing in Google. And I'm using one of my favorite tools here, SEMrush. All I did is plugged in Lou's domain name and clicked on search. And as you can see, nothing found. Lou's blog is not ranked in the top 20 for any of the searched keywords online. So Lou pretty much gets close to no SEO traffic according to this. Let me take a look at his Google Analytics. He was gracious enough to grant us access to his analytics. And this is what we see here. I kind of did a little bit of checking up here already, so let me just get back a little bit here. I'm doing the overview of his traffic, and as you can see, in the past month, Lou had only 435 people visiting his site. Not much at all, 5% of that only. Oops, excuse me. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, here you go. So 5% of his traffic comes from search, 68 is referral, and 26 is direct traffic. As you probably know, direct traffic is people typing your URL in their search box directly. They know your blog, they come to read specifically your blog, which is great. Now here we see a couple of keywords that Lou is listed for, and that's great pie. Not sure if he meant to rank for that, probably not. For terms like have had 0 approved comments, not really a keyword that I would strive to rank for. So basically, as you can tell, there's really not much SEO traffic whatsoever. Most of his traffic comes actually from referrals. 296 visits, and Traffic Generation Cafe is in number 4 spot with 34 visits, and then My Visibly toolbar brought Lou another 29. So basically, Lou is in trouble as far as traffic is concerned. And I hope you don't mind me being frank, Lou, but we really do need to make some radical changes to your blog if we want to see an increase in your traffic. So, first of all, we need to change the theme. And of course, you know, this is your blog, so whatever you feel like you would like to do with it, it's completely up to you. We're here to just make the suggestions. By we, I mean my blog readers and me. So change the direction of the blog, do a little bit of redesign of the blog and make it look a little bit more welcoming. Tell me right in the header of your blog what the blog is about, because I want to see why it is that I'm coming here and why it is that I would want to stay. Also, if you would like to draw any traffic from the search engines, that's another reason for you to define a theme, and the kind of theme that actually is searched by Google users, because if nobody is searching for it, then you know, chances are you won't bring any traffic from Google or any other search engine. So just scrolling down, as far as monetization is concerned, I wanted to make a note here. We see a few things in Lou's bar here. Here's his book for Amazon and Barnes& Noble. Since this is something that is probably one of the most important goals for Lou is to sell his book, I would probably make it a little bit more visible than this. I might actually do a feature box right under your, I guess, header, this would be called, although this is a header. Anyway, so I would do a feature box right underneath it featuring your book. Then we scroll down and there are a few more things that are for sale on this blog, and most of these things really are not very related, so I didn't come to this blog to buy candy, for sure. I came to see what else Lou wrote today. So Comment Love Plus Premium plugin, probably not going to sell on Lou's blog. So my point here is that, and I see that happen in a lot of blogs, as a matter of fact, people focus on selling things that do not go with the theme of the blog, and that's why they end up selling none of them. So we definitely need to focus more on featuring the kind of things that your blog readers would actually want to pick up. So for instance, if we make this blog centered around books and great fiction reads, things like that, then I would probably list a whole lot more books from Amazon or any other retailer out there. I would put them in the sidebar, in the footer, basically make them somewhat stand out, but also make them look like they belong on this blog, which right now they don't really do. A couple of more suggestions. Lou, I noticed that you publish your entire post on your homepage. I probably wouldn't do that. I would publish an excerpt and then have people click over to your post pages, and then I would have several of your posts displayed on your homepage to keep people interested. So just to scroll down, I like your use of a few pictures here and there. It definitely kind of breaks down the monotony of the white space, and it's a very good use of uh, getting my attention. I see the subscription box here. My guess is that not very many people are using it. Let's see, there's some blog comments here. Most of these blog comments come from people who are friends with Lou. But also I see a few comments here that are really spam and are made just for the explicit purposes of link building, like this one. Definitely I wouldn't publish these comments at all, Lou, because they just yield a lot of bad links going back to their website, but draining your authority. There are some people that I know here. All right. So I would tell Lou how to improve his site for search engines. That's what I would normally do in the blog audit, but unfortunately we can't improve this particular blog at this point because there's no theme of the blog. There are no keywords that we're focusing on, and because there are no keywords, we can't optimize the blog for those keywords, as you can imagine. But just to let you know how I would do it, right now I'm in Chrome, which I'm not used to using. Let me see. Okay, so in Chrome I went to View and then Developer, and I would click on View Source. And this is the HTML source of Lou's homepage. And it may look intimidating if you don't know anything about HTML. I know some, but not a whole lot, but I do know how to find things that I need to look for. What I'm looking for here is Lou's title and description, the kind of information that search engines would pay attention to. And as you can see, here's his title. It's usually located right at the top somewhere. And the title of his blog is, well, the title of his blog, the name of his blog, which means that it doesn't contain any kind of keywords that we would like people to find your blog with. And the description, hold on a second, I'm looking. If you're having a hard time locating anything, there's a description right here. It says the information highway card and gift shop. And again, this is the same tagline as on his home page, and it really, again, doesn't reflect what his blog is about. But what I was going to say is if you wanted to look up how what the title of a blog is, or description, or what kind of plugins a certain blog uses, all you do is just open a find window and type up here title, for instance, and then it would highlight all the titles in this blog, and see, this is how we find the title of the blog. So just a little tip, a little help to help you find things. So from the usability point of view, Lou's blog can use quite a bit of work. From search engine point of view, this blog is pretty much as good as non-existent, and I would love for you to change that, Lou, because I think you can bring in a lot more traffic than you are right now by using search engines as well as different referral sites. Another suggestion for traffic would be, once the design of the site, the name of the site changes a little bit, and I do hope that it will, what you can do is find different groups, book reading groups. There are plenty of them, I'm sure, on Google, Yahoo, Facebook, wherever. Get yourself plugged into those groups. Start building relationships with people who are obviously interested in a good read, and that's where you need to start your search. Because right now, Lou, I know that you visit a lot of internet marketing blogs, but that's not your target audience. Just because a person is living and breathing doesn't mean that they like to read or they would like to read your book. So I'd like for you to see you focus on people who you know would like what you have to offer. So, this is Anna Hoffman with Traffic Generation Cafe once again. I hope you enjoyed this edition of my blog, Audit Friday, and do visit Lou's blog and leave me a comment below to let me know what you thought about it and what you think he should do to change his blog around and start bringing in more traffic and more sales. Anna Hoffman with Traffic Generation Cafe. See you next time.